So after listening to our last episode, you decided to go ahead and lock your hair. Good for you. Or maybe you've newly locked your hair and you're still trying to get a hang of it. Or perhaps you're an OG. You've been locked for decades. Or you still need more information before locking your hair. Does it matter which category you fall into? This episode is for you. And if you're just a natural hair enthusiast like me, or know people with locks, you should also listen and forward them the link. You don't need to wash your hair. You need tons of products to make your hair lock. Locks are only for Rastafarians and creatives. Once you lock your hair, you have to carry that look forever. I don't want to be stuck with one style. I want to be able to change my look. Locks are only for older people. You want to look your age. Young. Locks will make you look dirty and unprofessional. I can go on and on and on, but you get the drift. You've probably heard 1, 2, 3, or more myths about locks. The misconceptions out there are just wild. And when you speak to lockheads, people will wear locks. They probably have an unsavory experience to share of how they received curious, really dirty looks, and unflattering comments about their locks. This bias and resulting judgment usually come from a place of ignorance. So today, we will continue our education, or should I say re-education on locks. Hi, it's Ganiyat Salami here. Super excited you tuned in today. Thank you for making this labor of love so worth it. Trust me, there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes. A bit about me for those new here. I have a 9 to 5 as a project manager. I love natural hair, no surprise there. I love natural hair. Researching about it, trying new products, and sharing knowledge and experiences with you on this podcast. Unraveling the Knots is not just a podcast. It is a celebration of our natural, Afro-textured, curly, kinky 4C natural hair in all its glory. It is a place where we get real and talk about the issues. Because, trust, there are issues. It is also a place where we have fun and let our tresses down. So, whether it is information or inspiration you are looking for, you've come to the right place. With over 20 episodes and counting, whoop whoop, there is something for everyone. And if there is a topic we haven't touched on, please don't keep quiet. Send an email to utkinhair@gmail.com. On Instagram, DM us, unraveling_the_knots. Unraveling is spelled UNRAVELING. Unraveling the Knots. Today is a continuation from our last episode. What you need to know before starting locks. By sharing some of the do's and don'ts of locks, it is our hope that we debunk some of the myths out there and also help you better care for your locks. Let's go. Do spend time researching locks. When it comes to locks, ignorance is not bliss. What you don't know can end up costing you your locks. The more informed you are, the more likely you are to make better and well thought out decisions. You should not only read and ask questions when you're about to start locks. It should even continue when your locks are mature. You can learn a lot too from other people's experiences, so you don't make the same mistakes as they have. Also, life happens. Change of weather or location, diet, pregnancy, menopause, and medical treatment, to mention a few, can have an effect on your locks. So keep an open mind and a hungry appetite for unlearning, learning, and relearning. Do wash your locks. You don't wash locks. Say what? That is a myth. Locks, like other natural hairstyles, need to be kept clean. Don't forget, it is still your natural hair. At the beginning, the fear is there that washing your locks will make them unravel. It is okay not to wash too often, but maybe once in 3 or 4 weeks. When you do wash your locks, gentle is the way to go to prevent breakage. Avoid scratching or rubbing your locks together. And because locks are prone to build up, a clarifying shampoo is preferable. Also, moisturizing shampoos can loosen the formation of starter locks. When your locks are formed and mature, you can increase the frequency of washing and use moisturizing products that are suited for locks. Do protect your locks while sleeping. The way you will protect your natural hair is the way you will protect your locks while sleeping. Locks, starter or mature, easily pick up debris and lint from surfaces. This ends up making them look dry and sometimes dirty. Shampooing locks will remove the dirt, but lint is much harder to remove. So use a satin or silk bonnet or scarf. Another advantage is that it helps to prevent friction against the pillow, which can cause locks to unravel. This friction can also cause locks breakage and absorb moisture from locks, leaving them frizzy. So this is a clear case of prevention is better than cure. Do moisturize your locks. Just like natural hair, your locks, which is your natural hair, needs moisture. Hydrate. Hydrate them with water and natural, lightweight oils. Apply with a spray bottle for even distribution and to avoid manipulating the locks. Do separate the roots. If you are doing free from locks, skip this step. Leave the roots alone. For any other form of locks, separate the roots from time to time. It gives your locks direction to grow. It also makes the retwisting a whole lot easier and smoother when you're not having to tug and pull the locks. Now, we move to the don'ts. Don't use wax on your locks. Everything you heard about wax and locks being 5 and 6, forget it. Wax is a magnet for dirt. You really don't want dirt to accumulate and result into buildup. Wax doesn't wash easily, and over time, it cakes up and starts to smell. The idea is to aspire for clean and healthy locks. Don't retwist dry locks. Your locks need to be hydrated. They need moisture. Retwisting dry locks will end up damaging them. Retwist after a wash where possible. If not, spray your locks with water and apply a lightweight natural oil on your scalp. This will help to prevent breakage. Don't retwist locks too often. As much as you would like your hair to always look neat, retwisting your locks too often will lead to a weaker base. It would also make your hair thin, further making it prone to breakage. Once a month or every 6 weeks works. Don't thread a lock using the same pattern. If you keep threading a lock through the same hole, it will not only cause tension but create holes in your locks. A reputable and experienced loctician won't do this. This is why it always pays to go with a professional. Don't do tight styles. Tight styling causes tension. Tension can put a strain on your locks and thin them out. So, if you must do tight styles that involve you pinching your hair up in a tight grip and securing it, let it be for those super rare, very special occasions. Doing tight styles every day will make you a wonderful candidate for traction alopecia. You don't want that. Don't use too many hair products. Simple does it. Just like the saying goes, too many cooks spoil the broth. Too many products spoil the locks. The last thing you want is to load your scalp and locks with plenty products. This will lead to buildup. You don't want that in your locks because not all of it will wash out. Thick butters and creams can cause buildup in your locks and scalp. It varies from person to person, but overall, most people are better off leaving out thick moisturizing creams. Don't manipulate your locks. Really, don't be touching and messing with your locks. In the beginning, you might feel the urge to run your fingers through your new locks. Please don't yield. Leave them alone to form and mature. Don't let people touch them either. You want your locks to grow and take a nice shape. And that can't happen if you're always touching, twisting, stretching, and playing with them. Don't bleach your locks. Bleaching involves the use of very harsh chemicals that will not only strip your locks of their color, but also of moisture. Worse still, the damage is permanent. If you still go ahead to bleach your locks, know that one day, the bleach parts will likely break and fall off. And that wraps up our do's and don'ts of locks. Did any surprise you? What did you take away from this episode? I'd love to hear from you. Send a mail to utkinhair@gmail.com. DM unraveling_the_knots. Unraveling is spelled UNRAVELING. Unraveling the knots. One more thing. Please rate us wherever you get your podcasts, and also share it with others. Thank you. This episode was produced by Isabella Adediji. Ganiyat signing out. Take care.